What I've got here in my hands is a watch where the bracelet, it's a hair pincher. Now, I can try to trim the hairs on my wrist, but I shouldn't have to. I should be able to grow into an old, fat, hairy Greek man and enjoy the watch of my choosing without trying to demasculise my manly, evolved wrist. I'm just saying. Nonetheless, I actually really like this piece and I want to share some thoughts on it. Let's check it out. Okay, getting back to business. Now, the watch in hand. Look, this is a nice, interesting watch. I'm actually quite impressed with this piece. Everything bar that bracelet. I love the look. I love the integration. I love the styling, the finishing of the case, the brushing, everything about this watch just really works. Even that height. It's a really beautiful looking watch. It works well, the lume is great, the movement has been super accurate. That champagne dial with its subtle sunburst effect is very classy. So I think this watch is kicking way above its price point. And in saying that, there's only a couple of points of contention where I think this watch could benefit from some subtle improvements. So this thing here, this could easily double as my Aquaterra replacement. As a sports watch, as an all-rounder, it's a pretty impressive piece. In fact, at 200 meters of water resistance and a 38mm case profile, I think it's doing well. But as I mentioned, it's not all roses. Now you saw the pop-up, Manime has sponsored this video. I don't have to send this watch back, so I will of course leave all the links in the description section if you guys want to check this out. And getting stuck straight into the dimensions of this watch, I measure a case diameter of 38mm with a case height of 11.3. The lug to lug is 41.9, and as you can see with that bracelet, it's integrated. Now the crown is a 6.4mm screw down crown. The watch offers 200 meters of water resistance. And the total weight on this bracelet, sized to my 18cm wrist, I measured exactly 133 grams. And the overhead speaks for itself. It's a 38mm sports watch, integrated bracelet, beautiful finish. I'm really impressed with the finishing. The detail on this watch is really well done. The bracelet does hug the wrist nicely. It is a comfortable experience, albeit because of the design, there is that occasional nugging at my hairs. And one thing I want to mention about this watch, if you look at the overhead straight up, it's a 38mm case diameter, and the lug to lug from there to there, I measured at exactly 41.9. However, the bracelet, as you can see, the integrated bracelet does extend that to about 51.3. But it's not a concern because if you look at it this way, the internal distance from there to there is only 45.4. So it shouldn't be a problem fitting on smaller wrists, but mentioning it nonetheless. And speaking of that bracelet, as you can see, it's integrated. You got drilled lugs on that case. It's about 18mm at the back, and it tapers from 21.4 down to 18. Now looking at the integration of these links, it looks really good. A very decent articulation. The links have screw pins, and it's also got a butterfly clasp with their logo. Now turning my attention to that glass, as you can see, it's a sapphire crystal, it's flat, it's got AR coating. I've had no issues whatsoever. In fact, the clarity has been very good, considering the fact you've got a champagne dial, that's sunburst, with silver sword handset and indices. It's actually worked really well. And if I turn the watch over, you'll notice there's a sapphire exhibition case back. It's got their logo in polished silver, and behind that crystal is a Miyota automatic 9015. And these particular ones are regulated in-house to about -5 to +15 seconds per day. And the example that I have here in my hands has been running at +3 seconds, so that's pretty impressive. Next, let's talk about that lume. The watch features Super Luminova BGW9. It's nice, it's evenly applied. In fact, it's actually better than my current version, 38mm Omega Aquaterra. It's just that little bit brighter and it lasts that little bit longer. So for a sports watch, I have no complaints about this lume. And lastly, before I get onto the gripes, the price. The watch comes in at €550, it's about $600 or just under, and I think for that sort of money, just the quality, fit, finish and execution, it's pretty much on par. And on that note, what are my gripes? Well, the elephant in the room for me, as I mentioned, that bracelet, it's a hair pincher. Now, I'm an authority on hair pullers and hair pinchers. Why? Because I am Greek. I've got hairy arms, as you can see. So I did mention that, it'd be nice to grow into an old, fat, hairy Greek man and enjoy any watch on my wrist, but again, this watch has tried to demasculize my manly, evolved wrists. But I have forgiven it because it's not an actual pull, it's just a slight pinch just to remind me that the watch is on the wrist. My second gripe of this watch is that clasp again. It would have been nice to see an on-the-fly adjustment clasp. We've got a butterfly deployant, as you can see, so it works well for comfort, but there's no micro adjustability. Alternatively, it would have been nice for a strap option here, whether rubber, whether leather, something with an integrated finish. It really would have set this watch off as far as having an option, especially with hairy people like me who do have an issue with their hair being pinched. That would have been really nice. And on that note, I forgot to mention that the watch does come with a 1200 Vickers hardness coating, as well as an anti-fingerprint coating. So in practice, do they work? Well, the watch is clean, the watch is flawless, there are no marks on it, I have been wearing it, so I think yes, they do work. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. This is a really nicely spec'd watch on so many levels, especially when talking quality finish and tolerances. I think the different types of brushing and polished surfaces integrate really well. The watch does look good, it does wear beautifully. The accuracy has been great, the lume has been good. Everything bar that bracelet, which has all week tugged at my Greek hairs. It's something I need to rectify, and I think the only way to fix this for me is to get into the barbershop and start clipping my wrists again. So thanks again for watching, be well and safe, enjoy the watch that's currently on your wrist, enjoy this hobby, and we'll see you in the next one.